Friends, in this video lecture, we are going to start with the third unit in our syllabus. The third unit in our syllabus is the smallest unit in our syllabus because this unit carries 10 marks. In the previous some lectures, we discussed the fourth unit and which is the biggest unit in our syllabus which carries 30 marks, and this is the smallest unit which carries 10 marks. Basically, this unit is grammar unit. Friends, in grammar unit we have two topics. The first topic is subject verb agreement, and the second topic is changing voice, that is active voice and passive voice. Again, the division of marks is 4 plus 6, that is subject verb agreement carries 4 marks and changing voice carries 6 marks. In this video lecture, subject verb agreement part 1, we are going to discuss about the initial part of subject verb agreement. Why first part? Because this subject verb agreement is not a very small topic. We have to discuss it in detail. That is why this is the video which is the discussion of the first part of subject verb agreement. Let us start it. So subject verb agreement, there are 4 marks based on this topic. In the examination you will be given 4 lines, 4 sentences. The subject will be there, and in place of verb there will be blank, and moreover you will be given 2 options for the answer, and you have to select any one answer and you have to write that correct answer into the blank, so that the answer will be the correct verb which carries agreement with the subject. After that, in this video lecture we are going to discuss the grammar term, that is subject verb agreement. But before that, we have to discuss about the subject as well as verb. Then we will also understand how to identify subject and verb into the sentence. As I said that the sentence will be there into the question paper. Now you have to identify which is the subject into that sentence and which is the verb into that sentence. Then we will understand what exactly is subject verb agreement. सब्जेक्ट ज्याला मराठीत आपण कर्ता असं म्हणतो आणि वर्ब म्हणजे क्रियापद. तर सब्जेक्ट आणि वर्ब याचा अर्थ कर्ता आणि क्रियापद यांच्यामध्ये असलेला करार, आणि करार म्हणजे नक्की काय, तर कोणत्या सब्जेक्टला कोणतं वर्ब लागेल हा जो करार आहे तो आपल्याला समजून घ्यायचा आहे. देन ऑब्वियसली सम बेसिक रूल्स बाय मीन्स ऑफ विच वी विल अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज हाऊ टू आयडेंटिफाय सब्जेक्ट वर्ब अँड हाऊ सब्जेक्ट वर्ब ॲग्रीमेंट विल रूल इन टू दिस टॉपिक. So we will discuss about the basics of subject verb agreement. When we say subject, आता सांगितल्याप्रमाणे ज्याला मराठीत आपण कर्ता असं म्हणतो, what is the subject of any sentence? The subject is nothing but the person or place or thing or idea that is doing or being something. So that is the subject. And what is the verb, or which word is the verb into that sentence? So verb is the action performed by the subject, or it is also state of being. याचा अर्थ एकच होतो, जो करता आहे तो जो क्रिया करत आहे आणि जी क्रिया करणारा क्रिया करत असलेला जो शब्द आहे, क्रिया दर्शवणारा जो शब्द आहे, that is nothing but verb. So we have to identify subject and verb. Let us discuss example and to identify subject. Here just ask who is the performing the action. So this is the example. We read it. Vikram reads book regularly. Here when we ask the question who is performing, Vikram is performing. So the person who is performing, so here Vikram is performing, and that is why Vikram is the subject into this sentence. So after identifying the subject into this sentence, now just ask here what Vikram is performing. So here in this sentence, Vikram reads book regularly, we come to know that Vikram is reading the book. So reading is the activity. Reading becomes, so read becomes verb. Here reads becomes verb. So in this sentence we have identified Vikram as subject and reads as verb. So thus we can identify subject and verb. Then based on the point of view, there are 3 persons who are the subject. First person, second person and third person. So in first person there are 2 words here, I and we. In second person, the only word, that is you. It is also pronoun. All these are pronouns. And in third person, there may be he, there may be she, it, or they. So this is based on point of view, and based on count, the subject will either be singular or plural. So both the possibilities are there. The subject may be singular as well as plural. Moving to next slide. Now let's understand what is subject verb agreement. So for making a sentence grammatically correct, a verb must agree with its subject in number. आपण असं म्हटलेलं आहे की जेव्हा आपण एखादं वाक्य लिहितो तेव्हा ते व्याकरणीय दृष्ट्या करेक्ट असण्यासाठी, योग्य असण्यासाठी जो व्हर्ब आहे त्या व्हर्बचं सब्जेक्टसोबत योग्य पद्धतीचं ॲग्रीमेंट असलं पाहिजे. व्हॉट इज द ॲग्रीमेंट? ॲग्रीमेंट इज नथिंग बट a singular subject. Whenever there is singular subject, then the singular verb must be there. In the same way, when there will be a plural subject, it must have plural verb. Again, let us repeat it. When the subject will be singular, it must have the singular verb, and when the subject will be plural, it must have plural verb. This is the most general rule in subject verb agreement. But remember one thing, friends. This statement holds true only when subject is in third person. In the previous slide, we have understood here, these are the pronouns which show that they are third person. So he, she, it and they. He for masculine, she for feminine. It is for it for which is neither masculine or feminine. It is for the pronoun वस्तूंसाठी ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, अशा प्रकारे वापरल्या जाणारं सर्वनाम असेल तर इट, आणि दे एकापेक्षा जास्त असतील तर व्यक्तींसाठी आणि वस्तूंसाठी सुद्धा आपण वापरतो. सो दॅट इज what the statement holds true only when the subject is in third person. What happens into other persons like first and second, we will discuss it later on. First, remember this is true when the subject will be in the third person. Then now let's look into some examples to make our things clear. When the subject is singular, let us take the example. The example is like that. That monkey eats banana. Here there is a picture of single monkey. So the monkey is singular. So here the monkey is subject. We have identified that the performer is monkey. That is why the monkey is subject. And as monkey is subject, so the word we have used as verb, it is eats. So eats is a singular verb. So this indicates that that monkey, here the subject is singular, so we have used eats, which is a singular verb. Let us discuss another example. This car goes fast. So again, this car, we are talking about single car. So when the subject is singular, the verb will be also singular. So here if we find that this car goes fast, so here goes is the singular verb used into this sentence. Now on other side, when subject is plural, let us discuss some examples. And first example is those monkeys. Here see s is there, so obviously those is there, so this is the subject, and monkeys, that is the subject which is in plural form. So there is also picture which shows that there are more than one monkey, that is two monkeys are there. So those monkeys eat bananas. Now when we talk about those monkeys, it is a subject which is in plural form. So we have used this verb eat, which is a plural verb. In the same way, when we discuss the second example, these cars. So again there is s after cars. So cars, more than one car. We find that in the picture there are two cars. When we use the plural subject, so we find that we use plural verb into this sentence. So subject and subject is plural when there is plural, subject is plural and verb is plural, and when subject is singular, the verb is also singular. When subject is not in third form, now we will discuss some examples where the subject not is in third form. That is let us read this example. First example, I read newspaper regularly. So here I have used I as a subject, and read as a verb. We have much more concern with only subject and verb and not other things like here newspapers and regularly. Let us concentrate on these two words, I and read. Here we have used I, which is a singular, but we have used read, which is a plural verb. So here you will find that when the subject is singular, the verb is plural. In the second example, we read newspaper regularly. So subject is we, which is a plural, and read is also a plural verb. So here you will find that the singular or plural subject also we can use plural verb. So what it indicates? It indicates that in case of first and second person, there is no rule of singular subject must carry singular verb and plural subject must carry plural verb that we have discussed earlier. याच्या आधी आपण सिंग्युलर सब्जेक्ट याला सिंग्युलर वर्बच लागला पाहिजे आणि प्लुरल सब्जेक्टला प्लुरल वर्बच लागला पाहिजे असं जे बोललो होतो ते इथे आपल्याला दिसत नाही आहे, हे इथे आपण बोललो होतो. पण आपण म्हटलं होतं की धिस स्टेटमेंट होल्ड्स ट्रू ओनली व्हेन द सब्जेक्ट इज इन थर्ड फॉर्म. आपण या ठिकाणी जे बघतो आहोत इथे आय आणि वी हे आपण जेव्हा पर्सनच्या बाबतीत बोलतो तेव्हा आय आणि वी हे दोन्ही कसे आहेत तर ते फर्स्ट पर्सन आहेत आणि म्हणून हा नियम या फर्स्ट आणि सेकंडला लागू होत नाही. पण थर्ड पर्सन असेल तर तिथे मात्र सिंग्युलर सब्जेक्ट सिंग्युलर वर्ब, प्लुरल सब्जेक्ट प्लुरल वर्ब हा रूल तिथे लागू होतो. सो देर आर सम अगेन इम्पॉर्टंट रूल्स रिलेटेड टू सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट. As I have said that this is not a very small topic, we are going to discuss some of the rules in subject verb agreement, and those rules will be discussed into next video. So before going to conclude this video, let us take a look what happened into this video. We have said that in this video we have understood subject and verb. Obviously the question is based on subject verb agreement. कर्ता आणि क्रियापद यांचा जो करार आहे तो शिकण्यासाठी आपण सब्जेक्ट आणि वर्ब शिकलो. सेकंडली वी अंडरस्टूड हाऊ टू आयडेंटिफाय सब्जेक्ट अँड वर्ब. जे वाक्य दिलेलंच आहे परीक्षेमध्ये तुम्हाला सांगितलं आहे त्याच्यातला सब्जेक्ट आणि वर्ब कसा आयडेंटिफाय करायचा कसा ओळखायचा ते आपण शिकलो. देन वी हॅव सब्जेक्ट अँड वर्ब ॲग्रीमेंट, व्हॉट आर द रूल्स ऑफ सब्जेक्ट वर्ब ॲग्रीमेंट, अँड लास्टली वी ऑल्सो डिस्कस सम ऑफ द एक्झाम्पल्स इन टू सब्जेक्ट वर्ब ॲग्रीमेंट. So friends, thank you so much for listening to this video. As I said that though this question is the smallest question into our syllabus which carries only 4 marks, but they are very easy to earn, and that is why we should understand subject and verb agreement. There are various rules into subject and verb agreements. Those rules we will discuss into some other lectures. Here I hope that you have understood this subject and verb agreement. In the next lecture we will discuss some rules. So till then, take care. Bye.